Okay, now let's look at the teacher roles under Reconstructionism. What does the teacher do as a Reconstructionist type of teacher? Number one, emphasizes individual choices. There is no common way of viewing the world. Because we are different people and we come with different experiences into this world, and we bring these experiences of ours into our classrooms, the teacher views the student as individuals with individual choices. There are different ways in which people learn. There are different ways in which people want to learn. And we should promote those different ways in our classrooms. Some are easier to bring into the classroom from outside, and some are not that easy. But simply because they are not easy to bring into the classroom doesn't mean that they can't be done or they cannot be experimented with. And this brings us to the next point. Teachers must take risks. Why does the teacher think that whatever he or she does or says must be right all the time? Teachers are as human as are our students. We also can make mistakes. We also can be wrong. And so taking risks is okay. Trying things you've never tried before is okay. If it works, great, do it again. If it doesn't work, don't give up. Reflect and see what went wrong. Why didn't it work? What could I, as the teacher, have done better or differently so that it would have worked the way I wanted it to work? Expose themselves to resistant students and work constantly to enable their students to become wide awake. Now, all students are not going to come into our classrooms and work happily for us. There will be those odd resistant kids who don't want to work, who think this is too much work, who will complain that this is not what they can do, this is beyond their capabilities. How does a teacher work with those resistant students? The easy, nice kids are great. They will do it on their own. It's these resistant kids that need the teacher's help. Instead of, you will always find these kids sitting at the back where the teacher never reaches, because the teacher is in the front of the classroom. And the first row, the second row, maybe the third row may get the teacher's attention, but those resistant kids are sitting at the back. How can the teacher involve those resistant kids from the back in the regular activities of the classroom? Make sure they do their work, make sure they do their work in time and on their own. So these are keys that will help the teacher become better at reconstructing. You don't give up. If you give up, there is nothing to reconstruct. There is nothing to build. You've lost it. Your building, your student has already fallen. You cannot afford to have students fall in the classroom. Due to greater experience and knowledge, it is the teacher's responsibility to develop an educational environment that promotes awareness of the past and present and of the future possibilities. Obviously, the teacher has the experience, the teacher has the qualifications, so the teacher should really be the one in control. But while the teacher is in control, does not mean that the teacher dominates whatever happens in the classroom. It is the teacher's responsibility to create that environment, that ambience, that surroundings that will help students focus better on their work, want to work better, and that should be the aim of practically every teacher. And it is the teacher's job to connect the student's present with the past and the future. The student is in the present. We teachers have come from the past. Our qualifications and experiences are from the past, which we bring to the present of the student. The student has to survive in the future with whatever happens to him or her today. And so it is the teacher's job to connect the child's present to the past and to the future. Help the student understand how one thing leads to another. Teacher helps students become sensitive to human possibility and understand that they themselves are both necessarily and fully determined by the past. As I said, the teacher is a product of the past, the student is in the present, and the future. So, the future for the student will come from human possibility. What all did our generation do to bring us to where we are? What all is this generation going to do to take them to where they would like to be? And so, this cycle kind of continues from one generation to the next.